Wealth comes to those who know how to think and act in alignment with their desires. That's not just a quote from Napoleon Hill. It's a revelation, a compass pointing straight to the truth most people overlook. Because wealth isn't a matter of luck. It's not reserved for the chosen few. It flows, like a river, toward those who align their thoughts and actions like twin currents moving as one. Imagine that river, clear, focused, unstoppable. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't question its right to reach the sea. It simply flows, driven by direction, not doubt. Within that flow lies the secret of prosperity. The moment your desire is matched by action, abundance becomes inevitable. Too many people sit at the edge of that riverbank, staring longingly at success, yet never daring to wade in. They dream of building wealth, of freedom, of legacy, but their actions stall. Their minds wander, their confidence flickers like a flame in the wind. And why? Because hesitation whispers louder than clarity. Because the fear of failing drowns out the desire to begin. They wait for the perfect moment, as if wealth ever bows to convenience or comfort. You've felt it, haven't you? That ache of potential going unused. That nagging voice that says, "You're meant for more," but never quite becomes action. But here's the truth. Wealth responds to energy. It moves toward those who decide, who act, who show up even when they're unsure. You don't need a perfect plan, you need a courageous step. You don't need all the answers, you need commitment to your vision. Because when your belief becomes stronger than your excuses, the current shifts in your favor. The world doesn't reward passive wishing, it rewards aligned action. Thought and movement fuse together into relentless momentum. And suddenly, you're no longer the one watching the river. You are the river. Clear, intentional, moving. So don't just dream about wealth. Become the kind of person it flows toward, focused, ready, and in harmony with the future you desire. That's not just prosperity. That's power. In the world of wealth building, delaying investments or side hustles often stems from this misalignment, turning potential riches into mere fantasies. It's not just about knowing what you want. It's about acting on it, as Hill taught, where thoughts become things only when backed by decisive steps. Stories of self-made millionaires like Andrew Carnegie remind us that waiting for ideal conditions is a myth. They plunged into action despite the odds. What if the wealth you've always desired is just one aligned decision away, ready to transform your life from ordinary to extraordinary? Often, the real barrier is waiting for motivation to strike, like expecting a lottery win before starting the savings plan or business idea. This mindset traps you in a cycle of missed opportunities, where financial growth stagnates because you're chasing external inspiration instead of creating it. Hill observed in figures like Thomas Edison that true innovators didn't pause for motivation. They acted on their desires, turning ideas into empires. Indecisiveness further cripples your path, leaving you paralyzed when it comes to choices like investing in real estate or building a new skill. Picture someone dreaming of passive income but lost in analysis paralysis, watching potential profits vanish like smoke in the wind. Hill emphasized that a definite decision is the cornerstone of riches, as seen in entrepreneurs who committed fully and reaped the rewards. Fear and uncertainty compound this, with worries of losing money on investments or failing at a side business holding you back like invisible chains. These negative thought vibrations, as Hill called them, repel wealth, creating a barrier between your desires and the actions needed to achieve them. Contrast this with Warren Buffett's early days, where facing uncertainty head-on built his fortune, proving that bold steps conquer doubt. If these barriers are holding you back from the wealth you crave, what if the key lies in taking immediate, aligned action right now? The power of action is transformative. It's like igniting a spark that turns a flicker of desire into a roaring fire of success. Even a small step, such as starting an investment or enrolling in a course, creates momentum that attracts more opportunities and wealth. Hill warned that procrastination is the enemy of opportunity, and stories like Elon Musk's ventures show how aligned action compounds into financial triumphs. Building decisiveness means making firm choices that echo your desires, like setting a strict budget or pursuing a high-income skill without second-guessing. Embrace Hill's mastermind principle by surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who reinforce your decisions and propel you toward riches. Remember, wealth doesn't wait for perfection. It rewards those who act, turning thoughts into tangible results through consistent effort. Practicing that first step is crucial. Pause for a moment and consider researching a stock or outlining your business plan right now. In a script like this, I'll wait for you to take that breath and act, because as Hill taught, wealth flows to those who move without hesitation. While action is powerful, overcoming the fears that block it is what truly unlocks your path to abundance and financial security. Facing fear head-on is like stepping into the light after a long darkness. It diminishes with each bold move, such as negotiating a raise or launching a product. Hill's teachings on overcoming poverty consciousness show that repeated positive affirmations and actions build confidence, turning hesitation into strength. Learning through failure is another vital lesson. Setbacks, like a failed investment, aren't endpoints but stepping stones that refine your approach to wealth. Think of Edwin C. Barnes, who persisted through failures to align his thoughts and actions, ultimately achieving the riches he desired. Each failure teaches you more about alignment, helping you sync your mindset with behaviors that lead to lasting financial success. With fear managed, the next step is building the discipline to keep your thoughts and actions in constant harmony with your wealth goals. Discipline is the true key to success, not fleeting motivation. It's the steady force that turns daily habits into a fortress of prosperity. In wealth building, routines like tracking expenses or dedicating time to financial learning ensure your desires manifest into reality. Without discipline, even the strongest desires fade. But with it, you create a life where wealth grows effortlessly through aligned habits. Start building positive habits today. Wake up early to plan investments, network daily, and hold yourself accountable to maintain momentum. Hill's definite purpose thrives on such routines, like journaling your desires to reinforce positive thinking and action. Discipline paves the way, but without a clear vision, even the best habits can wander aimlessly. Let's now define your path to wealth. Developing clear vision and goals is like drawing a map to treasure. It directs your actions and sustains progress toward financial freedom. Crystal clear goals, such as aiming for $100,000 in savings in 2 years, turn vague desires into focused behaviors that attract opportunities. Hill's concept of definite aims shows how this focus sharpens your mindset, making wealth not a distant dream, but an inevitable outcome. Break these goals into manageable steps, using SMART objectives to guide you: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For instance, start with building a small emergency fund, then progress to larger investments, each step aligning your thoughts with action. This process keeps you motivated, as achieving many goals builds confidence and propels you further along your wealth journey. With vision and goals in place, remember that the cycle of wealth begins with action, not endless planning or waiting. As we wrap up, let's reaffirm the core idea. Wealth comes to those who know how to think and act in alignment with their desires. Hill's wisdom reminds us that motivation is a byproduct of action, not the other way around, turning ordinary lives into stories of triumph. Picture yourself at the river's end, where your aligned efforts have carried you to the sea of abundance, rich in experiences and finances. It's not about luck. It's about syncing your inner world with the outer one, as seen in the lives of those who've mastered this art. Now, take a deep breath and commit to one small step today, perhaps writing down your top desire and the first action to achieve it. Don't delay. Your wealth journey begins here, in this moment, with the power to change everything. Remember, as Hill said, set your mind on a definite goal and observe how quickly the world stands aside to let you pass. Let this be the turning point, where hesitation fades and alignment takes hold, unlocking doors to opportunities you never imagined. Feel the emotion of that first victory, the thrill of seeing your desires materialize through your own aligned thoughts and actions. Wealth isn't reserved for the few. It's waiting for you. ready to flow when you bridge the gap between dreaming and doing. Carry this message forward, sharing it with others, and watch as it ripples out, creating a wave of prosperity in your circle. You've got the tools now, Hill's principles, your desires, and the courage to act, so step into your power and claim what's yours. In the end, the river of wealth flows for all who align their hearts, minds, and deeds, leading to a life of fulfillment and abundance. Wealth begins in the mind, as Napoleon Hill once declared. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Imagine waking up every day with the frustration of unfulfilled dreams, like financial freedom slipping through your fingers. You know what you want, a life of abundance, security, and success, but hesitation keeps you stuck. This misalignment between your thoughts and actions creates a cycle of mediocrity, where opportunities for wealth pass you by. Think about delaying that investment because the market feels uncertain or putting off learning a new skill for your side hustle. It's not just bad luck. It's a lack of decisive steps that Hill warned against in his teachings. Waiting for the perfect moment is a myth, as seen in the stories of self-made millionaires like Andrew Carnegie, who acted boldly on their desires. True wealth demands that you align your thoughts with immediate action, turning vague wishes into tangible results. So, what if the wealth you've always desired is just one aligned decision away? Now, let's examine why you're not taking that step, starting with the trap of waiting for motivation. You might believe that inspiration will strike like lightning, pushing you toward your financial goals without effort. But in reality, this mindset leads to missed chances, like ignoring a promising stock tip because you're not in the mood. Hill himself pointed out that successful people, such as Thomas Edison, didn't wait for motivation. They forged ahead through uncertainty. Procrastination becomes the enemy, allowing fear to take root and block your path to riches. Consider how many potential investments or business ideas you've let fade because the timing didn't feel right. Indecisiveness is another barrier, paralyzing your wealth-building efforts even when your desires are crystal clear. You dream of owning property or starting a venture, but analysis paralysis keeps you from making a move. Hill emphasized that a definite decision is the foundation of riches, as evidenced by entrepreneurs who committed and prospered. Without it, you're left in a loop of what-ifs, watching others build fortunes while you hesitate. Fear and uncertainty amplify this problem, whispering doubts that erode your confidence in pursuing wealth. The fear of losing money on an investment or failing at a new business can feel overwhelming, leading to inaction. Hill described these as negative thought vibrations that repel success, contrasting with figures like Warren Buffett, who embraced risks early on. Anxiety about not achieving your desires, such as doubting a side hustle's potential, keeps you from even trying. Hesitation, born from rejection fears like networking mishaps, ensures defeat before you begin. If these barriers are holding you back, the key lies in immediate, aligned action to break free. The power of action is transformative, turning your thoughts into momentum that attracts wealth like a magnet. Start small, like investing in a basic course or making your first stock purchase, and watch how it builds energy. Hill taught that procrastination is the enemy of opportunity, and stories like Elon Musk's ventures show how bold steps compound into financial success. Don't wait for ideal conditions. Act now, and the universe responds by opening doors to prosperity. Building decisiveness is essential. Make firm choices that align with your desires, such as setting a strict budget. Surround yourself with a mastermind group, as Hill suggested, to reinforce your decisions and accelerate wealth growth. When you commit to a path, like pursuing a high-income skill, you create a ripple effect of positive outcomes. Practicing the first step is where change begins. Right now, outline the business plan or research that investment. In this moment, pause and take action. I'll guide you through it, just as Hill encouraged in his principles. Remember, wealth flows to those who move forward without waiting for perfection. While action is powerful, overcoming the fears that block it is what truly unlocks your path to wealth. Facing fear head-on diminishes its hold, especially in wealth-building scenarios like negotiating a raise. Hill showed how overcoming poverty consciousness through positive affirmations and bold steps builds unshakable confidence. Each time you push past hesitation, you align your thoughts with actions that lead to financial breakthroughs. Learning through failure is another vital lesson. Setbacks aren't endpoints but stepping stones to riches. A failed investment might sting, but it teaches you lessons that refine your strategy and thinking. Hill's stories, like that of Edwin C. Barnes, who persisted through failures to achieve his desires, prove this point. Embrace failure as a teacher, and you'll find your actions becoming more aligned with your wealth goals. With fear managed, the next step is building the discipline to keep your thoughts and actions in constant alignment. Discipline is the true key to success, not fleeting motivation, as it sustains your journey to wealth. Develop daily habits like tracking expenses or dedicating time to financial education to keep your desires on track. Hill stressed that without discipline, even the best intentions fade, but with it, wealth becomes inevitable. Start by waking up early to plan your investments, turning routine into a powerful force for abundance. Building positive habits, such as networking daily or journaling your financial goals, reinforces your alignment. Hold yourself accountable through progress checks, ensuring your actions match your thoughts every day. Discipline paves the way, but without clear vision, even the best habits can wander. Let's define your path to wealth. Developing clear vision and goals is the roadmap that directs your actions toward financial success. Set crystal clear objectives, like aiming for $100,000 in savings within 2 years, to motivate and guide you. Hill's concept of definite aims shows how focused goals attract opportunities and turn desires into reality. Without them, your efforts scatter. But with them, every action aligns perfectly with your wealth vision. Break your goals into manageable steps, using smart criteria to make them achievable and trackable. For example, start with building an emergency fund, then progress to larger investments that grow your portfolio. Visualize your success daily, letting it fuel the actions that bring your desires to life. As you define your path, remember that the cycle of wealth begins with action, not waiting. In conclusion, wealth truly comes to those who know how to think and act in alignment with their desires. As Hill taught, motivation is a byproduct of action, not the other way around. You've learned to overcome barriers, embrace immediate steps, and build discipline for lasting success. Now, it's time to reaffirm that with aligned thinking and decisive actions, riches are within your reach. Picture the life you want: financial freedom, security, and the ability to help others, and make it real. Hill's wisdom reminds us: set your mind on a definite goal and observe how quickly the world stands aside to let you pass. Don't let another day slip by in hesitation. Start today by identifying one small action toward your desires. Write it down now. Your top wealth goal and the first step you'll take immediately. Feel the shift as you align your thoughts with purposeful actions, drawing wealth closer. Remember, every successful person began with a single, aligned decision, just like you're about to. Let this be the moment you break free from old patterns and step into abundance. Share your progress, seek support, and watch as opportunities multiply. Wealth isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's for those who act on their desires with unwavering focus. As you move forward, carry Hill's principles as your guide, transforming your mindset into a wealth-attracting force. Celebrate each victory, no matter how small, for it reinforces your alignment and builds momentum. You're not just dreaming of wealth, you're claiming it through thoughtful, decisive actions. The journey starts now with you at the helm, steering toward the prosperity you deserve. Believe in your potential, act on your visions, and let the riches flow. Thank you for embracing this path. Your future self will thank you for the wealth you've unlocked. Go forth with confidence, knowing that alignment is the key to unlocking endless possibilities. Remember, the power is in your hands. Think it, act on it, and watch your desires become your reality. Wealth begins in the mind, as Napoleon Hill once declared. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Imagine waking up every day with the desire for financial freedom, yet feeling stuck in a cycle of unfulfilled dreams. So many chase wealth without realizing that misalignment between thoughts and actions keeps it just out of reach. Picture the entrepreneur who dreams of building a business but hesitates to take the first step, letting opportunities slip away. This frustration stems from knowing your desires but failing to act due to procrastination and self-doubt. It's like staring at a locked door to riches, with the key in your hand, yet too afraid to turn it. True wealth demands that you align your thoughts with decisive actions, transforming vague wishes into tangible success. As Hill taught, thoughts are powerful, but without action, they remain mere fantasies that fade away. Consider the self-made millionaires like Andrew Carnegie, who didn't wait for perfect conditions. They acted boldly on their desires. Waiting for the right moment is a myth that traps you in mediocrity, blocking the flow of abundance. What if the wealth you've always craved is waiting for you to make that one aligned decision today? Often, the biggest barrier is waiting for motivation to strike, like expecting a sudden windfall to spark your journey. In wealth building, this delay means missing out on investments or side hustles that could multiply your income. Think of Thomas Edison, who didn't wait for inspiration. He acted relentlessly until his ideas lit up the world. Indecisiveness paralyzes your progress, turning clear desires into endless what-ifs that drain your potential. You might dream of real estate investments, but get lost in overthinking, watching prices soar without you. Hill emphasized that a definite decision is the foundation of riches, as seen in Henry Ford's unwavering commitment to innovation. Fear creeps in, whispering doubts about failure, making you hesitate on steps that could lead to financial breakthroughs. Anxiety about not succeeding in a side business or losing money on stocks keeps you frozen, repelling the wealth you seek. Just as Warren Buffett faced uncertainties in his early investments, overcoming fear is what builds lasting fortunes. If these barriers are holding you back, the key lies in taking immediate, aligned action to break free. The power of action is unstoppable. It turns your desires into momentum, drawing wealth toward you like a magnet. Start small, like investing in a course to build a high-income skill, and watch how it creates a ripple of opportunities. Hill warned that procrastination is the enemy of opportunity, as seen in Elon Musk's bold moves that transformed industries. Building decisiveness means making firm choices, such as setting a budget that aligns with your financial goals. Surround yourself with a mastermind group, as Hill suggested, to reinforce your decisions and accelerate wealth growth. Practice taking the first step right now. Perhaps outline a simple business plan or research a promising stock. In this moment, pause and act. Wealth flows to those who move without waiting for ideal conditions. While action ignites progress, overcoming the fears that block it is what truly unlocks your path to abundance. Facing fear head-on diminishes its power, just as negotiating a raise can turn hesitation into a bigger paycheck. Hill showed that positive affirmations and bold steps can overcome poverty consciousness, building confidence in your wealth pursuits. Learning through failure is essential. A failed investment isn't an end, but a lesson that refines your strategy. Think of Edwin C. Barnes, who persisted through setbacks to align his actions with his desires and achieve riches. Each failure is a stepping stone, propelling you closer to the financial success you envision. With fear managed, the next focus is building self-discipline to keep your thoughts and actions in constant alignment. Discipline is the true key to sustained wealth, far more reliable than fleeting bursts of motivation. Make it a habit to track your expenses daily, ensuring your desires for financial security become your reality. Wake up early each morning to plan your investments, turning discipline into a powerful wealth-building tool. Hill's teachings remind us that definite purposes are upheld by routines, like journaling your goals to maintain focus. Build positive habits through accountability, such as partnering with a mentor to stay on track with your financial plans. Without discipline, even the strongest desires fizzle out, but with it, wealth becomes an inevitable outcome. Discipline paves the way, but without a clear vision, even the best habits can wander. Now, let's define your path. Developing clear vision and goals is like drawing a map to your treasures, directing every thought and action. Set specific goals, like aiming for $100,000 in savings within 2 years, to turn vague desires into focused pursuits. Hill's concept of definite aims attracts opportunities, making wealth not a distant dream but a reachable target. Break your goals into manageable steps, using SMART criteria to ensure they're achievable and aligned with your vision. For instance, start with building an emergency fund, then progress to larger investments that compound your growth. Track your progress weekly, celebrating small wins that keep your motivation high and actions consistent. A clear vision eliminates distractions, channeling your energy toward the wealth that aligns with your deepest desires. With vision and goals in place, remember that the cycle of wealth begins with action, not hesitation. In closing, wealth truly comes to those who master the art of thinking and acting in perfect alignment with their desires. As Hill proclaimed, set your mind on a definite goal and observe how quickly the world stands aside to let you pass. Motivation isn't something you wait for. It's born from the actions you take today, fueling your journey to riches. Reflect on how far you've come just by considering these principles, and know that your next step will multiply your potential. Don't let another day slip by in doubt. Start now by committing to one small action that aligns with your financial dreams. Write down your top desire right now and pair it with a specific, actionable step to make it real. Imagine the freedom and security that await when you bridge the gap between thought and deed. Your wealth is not a matter of luck. It's a result of deliberate, aligned efforts that compound over time. Embrace the power within you, as Hill did, and watch as opportunities align to bring your desires to life. Remember, every successful person started with a single, aligned decision. Yours could be the one that changes everything. Take a deep breath, feel the energy of possibility, and step forward with confidence. Wealth is calling. Answer it with action, and let your aligned thoughts and deeds create the life you deserve. You've got the tools, the knowledge, and the desire. Now, make it happen. Here's to your future of abundance. Start today, and never look back.